Everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk. So I leave the press conference here post-game. That didn't quite go as any of us had planned. It was that was awful to see what happened to Skylar. It looks like it's an ACL and it's probably done. Probably done. It's just, there's one thing I've learned: life isn't fair. You got to deal with it, move on. But I feel horrible for the kid. It's really windy out here. I think that's something all of us in the press box didn't quite appreciate. It's how windy it was out on the field. Okay, let's get to it. I had a couple people tweet at me, ask Coach Kleiman about whether he still thought Will Howard was the best backup in the country. I'm just going to vent a little bit here. It's a question, but it's not a post-game question. It's not a heat of the moment question. A lot of people think journalists are there to ask the hard question. We're actually there to get the good answer. And that wasn't going to get a good answer, and it didn't. When someone finally asked something like that, very short answers, and Chris Kleiman wasn't going to address it. I knew this game was going to be tough. I knew this was going to be a difficult game for K-State because Southern was pesky. And I've said this for a long time, if you followed along at GoPowercat, that good teams know how to win. And Southern's a pretty good team, and they have an expectation of winning. So they came here to win a game, and their coach coached to win a game. He took some chances that I didn't fully understand. Didn't understand the two-point conversion when he did it and when he didn't do it. But it's a great effort by Southern Illinois. They really came in and played well. And I'm gonna stop here a little bit because it's getting awfully windy. And I'm fine with K-State just surviving and advancing in this game. Just get this game out of the way. You suffered a catastrophic injury to your starting quarterback for the second year in a row. Just move on. Just be done with this game. They got the win. It wasn't pretty. They didn't cover. And the line, when it finally came out, was 17, and we were picking on 17 and a half. They just weren't good enough. Will Howard's got to be better. The offense has got to be better. But kudos to the defense. They came up big in the second half. They really delivered when the team needed some things. And it was a good win. It was a win upon which you can build other things. That's really about all you can say about this game. Was you survive and you advance into the Nevada game, another really good opponent that I'm going to try to watch some film on. Look, Kansas State is going to be fine. They'd be better with Skylar Thompson, the quarterback. And for all those people that were doubting Skylar, I think you got a good sampling of it. And I think Will Howard would be better going forward. I think he was just thrown into a situation, and as he mentioned after the game, he had never seen a K-State football game with a crowd. He didn't come on a recruiting visit to K-State with a crowd, and last year he played in front of a limited crowd. And he got booed a little bit in this game, which was unfortunate. The good news for K-State is the defense is good enough this year to win games. Last year, I'm not sure K-State wins that game because the defense wasn't put together enough or confident enough to actually win the football game. But they won this football game. They're 2-0. And at the end of the year, that's really what matters, what counts. Go back to 2011? Colin Klein and the Wildcats opened with Eastern Kentucky and barely won, 10-7. Didn't matter in the end. They got better because of it. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. This hasn't diminished my thoughts of this team at all. And in fact, the way the defense kind of rose up and took control, that's what the mob mentality is about. Taking the law in your own hands and just fixing the problems. It's really not a long walk and talk today. It was a weird, frustrating day. I feel just awful for Skylar Thompson. Chris Kleiman was really upset. And I do wonder if the fact that the head coach cried on the field didn't deflate the team a little bit, and it took them a while to gather themselves. Survive in advance, on to the next game, and let's pray for the best for Skylar Thompson.